Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian and welcome back to HOI4 as we are playing as Russia. So before we get started in today's episode, I did want to address one thing that has been brought up by several people, and that's in regards to the Netherlands here. I've had quite a few viewers ask me if I could release the Dutch. Unfortunately, that's not even an option because remember, they still exist in the world. And so when a country exists, you cannot release them as like a separate country. Instead, all you can do is return the territory to them. So we do not want to do that. We'd want to release them instead as a subject state, and that's not an option. So we're gonna keep this under our own control. I know it looks kind of odd. I mean, the whole situation here, the map is terrible. Really, it'd be best if we had control of all of Germany and then the British can just have all of France. But that's not how the treaty worked out, so we got this weird situation here. Alright, so we're going to be continuing the invasion of Turkey and Italy in today's episode. Let's see how quickly we can get this done. Just really a matter here in Turkey of getting the troops to the front. And I think we already have somebody grabbing that there. You can see that they're slowly making their way over here. They didn't take the rails, so that's what took so long. I could force them to, but it's fine at this point. Now over here, against the Italians, might be a little bit more difficult because of the situation here in the mountains and the snows. It might have some trouble advancing over here. There was open space there, it isn't any longer, and you see we can't even win there in that case. But really what matters is coming down here on this front. Once we're able to advance there, I think we'll be able to capitulate them without even messing around with the Alps if we wanted to. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this unit here destroyed. He's been cut off from supply. We also need to make sure these guys don't leave here. We did just create two separate fronts, so we're going to need to fix the situation here. Maybe just bring a few of these White Army troops over to here. Although I don't know if we're going to be able to. We're looking kind of short on numbers here. Maybe this guy can come over here. We don't need a lot to get it done. In fact, we probably have too many tanks going over there. So let's actually fix this. Have the tanks stick around right here. We need to advance this way. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and attack right here and maybe get the assistance of this unit. You see we are facing supply issues. And I think that's because we haven't taken control of the rails yet. And so our hubs aren't being fully supplied at the moment. Alright, so we did take that province. At this point, there's not a whole lot we're going to be able to do. Let me see, we might be able to go right here. Yeah, but a little bit more limited now along this front. Hope we have the divisions to get it done there, because sending more might not be the answer because of supply problems. We're losing right there. Okay, so I guess we defeated the unit there. I think we were set to lose that one, but we ended up winning. We took the province, and now they're pushing us back. So they're going to go after this victory point here. Let's just go ahead and stop them, and then we will work on getting behind these guys. You can see they are starting to, launch their own little offensives here, try and take some of the territory back that they've lost. We'll just put both these guys over here. Have him advance there. You know what? Let's go around that guy. And then have these guys take these provinces here. Cut off whatever troops are in that area. And let's go ahead and take this province as well. So we got somebody taking care of that for us. This guy's attempting to leave here. We're just going to cut off these units here. And then these guys can go over to these locations where you can see that they're attempting to advance to. But if we could finish up here, then we could invade from down this way. So let's start working on this. So first we should get these troops wiped out here. And we do have military factories, but we've got some serious steel shortages. We're trading right now 12 factories, now 17, we'll do 16, to the British. So a lot of problems when it comes to the steel at the moment. We did win here, that's going to cut off these troops in this area. Now the winter is also causing us problems with supply. But more importantly, it's just kind of stymieing our offensives. That was one of the negatives of attacking the winter, but again, I felt like they really needed all the help they could get. And I didn't want to wait till the end of winter. So we did bomb this destroyer, took out like 50% of its health. Over here, there's some convoys. And looks like this is wide open, so let's go ahead and advance. And these are two separate fronts, so there might be some problems here. Let me just... You know, we might want to change up this pink army to a different color, because we have... Or change up these guys, that would work as well. Very similar colors here, so it's a little bit confusing which one is the tank army and which one is the infantry. Well, we don't have a blue tank army, so we can kind of make something, I don't know, just a little bit different here than the other ones that we have. Alright, so that, you know, definitely contrasts a little bit better so that we aren't getting these confused. So with the pink army, we have a total of 10 divisions going over here. I think that's probably enough. At least 7 assigned over here. I'm not sure what the other ones are doing. Maybe this frontier. Let's get this finished up. Because yeah, there's not much to be done here. And then these units, let's go ahead and have them advance into these 2 provinces here. And all these guys can go over here and get that cab unit cut off. And then this guy's going to go over here. Tank can move. Looks like I might need to adjust this some. Yeah, we'll keep the tank over here. Alright, so yeah, Turkey won't take much longer. We've got some pockets here that got to get finished up, and then we can advance towards their new capital. Alright, let's go and take that and that one. And these guys can go over here, or you can even have them do that. Looks like that should be enough to get it done. There we go, beautiful. Have these guys come over here, same with... These guys are already moving over here, but let's just make sure they're assigned to this front. Alright, and then we'll go ahead and take over these 2 provinces. Or, well, we already have the tanks doing that, but we'll send these guys anyway. Let's have these guys take that location. And we'll attack over here, stop those troops from advancing. Alright, so we do have a little pocket here. I guess we'll take these provinces. Somebody else can take care of this because we got troops assigned to it. So this guy can attack over there. And let's grab these provinces here. Alright, so let me just dip back over to Germany and Italy after we take a look at these sea battles here. So just losing a few planes out there. I did assign some more naval bombers to the area. And we sunk 3 of those destroyers as well. Alright, so here with this pocket, let's take this location. I'm going to attack there as these guys try and get through these provinces here. Just for finishing up that pocket. And then let's go and attack that guy there. That'll cut off that unit. And then just all these guys will attack into that airbase. And then we need to finish up this pocket here. So again, trying to avoid attacking across rivers if we can. Looks like they should be able to get that job done, then we'll start advancing south. So we do have more non-aggression pact offers, which we're going to accept. These are all those communists in that one faction, the American faction. And then we have a few things to do here now with the traits. So remember the fast tanks, we were saving up the experience to do, so we could do that now. You know, I don't think we should actually invest in bumping up the B2s because we want to design the new light tanks. So you know, we're not going to do that. We'll just go ahead and get the assault attack for the armor tech without using the experience. And then we have a few other traits to get here. One for the multi-role tactical aircraft, so these are for those tactical bombers. So we could increase their speed or their ground attack, though that will increase production costs, or the naval attack. I think we should do this. We're doing pretty good when it comes to production planes. We got plenty of planes sitting in the stockpile right now. So I think this is the best option here. Though, do we really need to... Yeah, we don't need to invest in 2 of those. Let me just take a look what's going on here, because there shouldn't even be 2 on here. Maybe I forgot to say that one of them was outdated. Yeah, it looks like these can be said that they are outdated. Those other ones there that you might have noticed are tactical bombers. So yeah, we only need to update the one here, the Baba Yagas. Those are the only ones that we're currently using. And then the other thing, the other trait that we have is for the artillery manufacturer, which outside of, maybe investing in the merging plant ones, this is the last one, guys, because these are all mutually exclusive. So you can only improve one, the anti-tanks, the anti-air, or the artillery. And I really feel like the best option is the artillery. So that's what we're going to do. That increases the heart attack by plus 100%, and you get a plus 5% breakthrough. This is 7% air attack. This is piercing and heart attack. Now, the plus 100% looks significant, but artillery doesn't have extremely high heart attack anyways. But still, we have artillery in like all of our division designs, so I think that's why it's the best option. Let's go ahead and update all of these production lines now. And so yeah, we're done with the artillery traits. It's the last one we got. We haven't been able to make use of the political power for any of these. So just to show any one of them for the policies here. We just don't have spare political power. Still have so many things left to get. We have not even moved out of partial mobilization because we've been using the political power for everything else. So yeah, I think that should be our priority. If we can do it before the end of this conflict, that'd be nice. So we'll be on it for the Japanese War. Not that we really have production issues. Trying to go after Milan here, but I don't think this tank will be able to do it on his lonesome. Maybe if you send infantry in to help, that might be enough. No. Let's send some more troops then, see if they can get it done. Might just be too many units there. So I'm going to pull back. Clearly that's not going to work. I'm going to try and advance over here. I think we're just going to have issues all along the front. Unless they do attacks that weaken them so much that we'll be able to advance. But again, the winter conditions and the terrain are what are causing us those issues there. And these guys will advance over here while this guy gets this location. Alright, so we finished up with there, and so those guys will be able to move back down to this front here. Also finished up that pocket. Excellent. So we'll give them all time to adjust, get to their new locations. Let's try to finish up here in Turkey, since this should be done here very soon. We actually got a unit cut off, surprisingly. Yeah, because we're taking their new capital here at the moment. Seeing what we can do over here. We'll advance with both of these units. Have this guy come over here. And that guy's already been defeated, so we'll go ahead and send that unit in there, and we'll also attack right here. So let me just take a look at where they're at towards capitulating. 93%. So we'll see how that adjusts with the 15 victory points there. Looks like that's enough, so they're going to capitulate now. Just give it a second, and then we'll be able to move those troops out of there. We're going to need to attack up here. I think we have to keep fighting these guys here. I think that's what the issue is. So let's attack there. Stop them from moving into that province. So Turkey just capitulated. Excellent. Still got some Italian divisions here, so you're not actually completely done because of that. So we'll have to work on wiping these guys out. So tons of Italian divisions that are going to be destroyed now. And let's just go ahead and send in any troops that are around in the area just to kind of finish this up for us. And this guy can attack there once he gets here. Alright, so having some difficulty just because we don't have enough troops here. So let me just stretch these fronts out. Same thing with this one here. Kind of a weird situation. Not really going to mess with the divisions or anything. I think it's fine. Shouldn't take that long to get them wiped out. So let those all get into place. This is finished up, so those divisions will be moving down here. Still waiting for that tank to move over there. Just 10 hours and we'll finally get in this location. But can he beat this Italian division? No, he cannot. Damn. Alright, so... Okay, he did get there. Excellent. Does look like we're about to lose it though, so let me try and send another division to help defend it. Took us a lot of work to get to that one province. Cutting them off from this exit here. They can't just go around do that way, but no, it's more of a hassle for them. Alright, so we did advance there. Let's go and attack here to help out with the defense. So having to fight for every little province at this point. And the tank refurbishment plant also has a trait which again doesn't really matter. But we'll go ahead and keep getting them, I suppose. And we have a decision available for integrating Yugoslavia. Well, this is certainly something we want to do here. You know what? I really want to change up the mobilization. And once we defeat the Italians, we won't be able to do that until the war with Italy. Or excuse me, the war with Japan. So I think it's best if we just save up the little power and do that. That's going to take both these tanks, have them advance over here. So just waiting for all the troops to get to their fronts so we can finish this. This pocket here is just about done. And we got the improved anti-air upgrade. So those are just nice passive bonuses there and get us the last tech here. So let's go ahead and get that. We're almost in 1944. And all those 1944 techs will need to be researched. And then I suppose we're going to extend this like so. So they're not just all across the river there. And then with these troops, I suppose we're going to send them to the east. I don't think it's wise to send them all over here. You might send a few. Yeah, maybe have the Blue Army, because we just don't have enough troops here. Let me see how we want to do this. Can we get here first? But what I was saying is maybe have like the Blue Army go down here, and then the other army come over here. Just split them up a little bit. Okay, this guy, what he can do is attack over there once he gets here. Lock those units down. Try and cut off the rest of these here. Yeah, that's what we'll do. But we only need to send one of the armies here, and I think it should be this one, since they have some mountain divisions here. And so, let me just take a look. The Blue Army has 3 mountain troops. Okay, so what we're going to want to do is let's take these guys, put them on this front here. Probably get the tanks out of there. Have them all come over to here. Get rid of this front. Tanks aren't all that effective up along these mountains anyways. And then just take any mountain troops. Maybe just take one mountain unit. And put him here, and then you can just adjust it so that one infantry unit comes over here. And so yeah, the whole Blue Army will eventually come down to this front, while this little brownish army will go over there. Pink Army will probably just evacuate them. Do need to change up all these troops here to the Imperial Guard, so we'll go ahead and do that now. We'll let them train up. You still got this front that has to be finished up, so we'll let them do that. But I wanted to change up those units Imperial Guard while I was looking at it, because I might have ended up forgetting there. Alright, so let's do these attacks. Looks like they will both be successful. Then we'll also take this province here. Won't be much longer before we get that finished up. There's not a lot of tanks here, so we'll probably just move those to Asia. Oh yes, that's right, the integration of Yugoslavia, which we're going to wait to do. Alright, so it looks like we were able to hold on to that province. And also, there's an opening here to take that province. We could probably get into Milan. I don't know, you have some troops here that you'd have to attack to stop them from advancing. But yeah, that unit's looking pretty weak. Might be able to take this location. Yeah, it looks like that'll be a win. Especially if we send this unit in there to assist them. Alright, so just waiting for the rest of these troops to get over here. And it's probably going to lose that battle, so we'll go ahead and stop it. So we could move more rail guns into this area. Don't really need to yet. Well, let's just go ahead and do this. Get these guys moving over to here, and then bring one of the rail guns from the south over to here. And I think the rest of the front is covered once you move these guys in. To cover, well, we don't have control of all these rails yet. Now, we are facing some forts up along here we might want to be careful of, like that one. Maybe not attack in that location, instead go after this one here. And then maybe go for Munich now. Looks like it should be an easy battle there. We got plenty of troops in the area. And then here would be another location we could probably get a win. They don't have a lot of divisions up along this frontier, but they have a few. Enough to put up a bit of a defense. Alright, so now we need to finish up with these islands. So let's have everybody who has some organization attack across there while these guys attack. Wow, that's a lot of troops. We might have some difficulty with that. Okay, so the Italians have a ton of divisions over here, 13 total on that one island. So could have some difficulty taking these. Trying to attack here, but having some difficulty. I guess you click right there and that's effective. Probably gonna have to pull that tank out. He's not able to do that attack. So hopefully they can get it done. They are having some difficulty with it though. Them training is a problem. So let's go and stop that. Wasn't affecting the Imperial troops unless they didn't have supply, but yeah, we might have some issues getting across here. Because you can only attack with so many divisions. Okay, so let's stop this for a minute. I don't know if we'll be able to get a planning bonus here. Might be too difficult for us to draw it out. Yeah, there's no way. What about with these guys? Can they draw it out? They can. That's a large enough island. But what we want to do, I mean, we really don't even need tanks for this. But we want to split these guys up. Like, take half their army. Or maybe just go, we'll just go with the top half here. And then have them go over to this frontier. And see if we can't get that line drawn out there. So we'll give them some time to get a planning bonus, get their organization back up, and hopefully they can get it done, because those are more difficult attacks. You could pull the tanks out of there too if supply becomes an issue, because obviously the tanks aren't great for those type of attacks. Let me see how we're doing in the sky in all these areas. We are still losing here, and that's a big part of the problem. They have 3,000, over 3,000 planes there, so I just can't seem to put enough fighters here. We might have to build up the air bases, because I've got, you know, all the planes we can outside of the new airbase that we just got, and we actually have this one overstaffed by a bit with too many planes over there. So you know what, let's move a few of these over to here, and then yeah, what I can do is see if can't get a few more fighters over there, especially now that we finished up over here. I think these are all tactical bombers. And is this separate regions? That might help us, because I want to say, let me just take a look. I don't know if these are part of this region or these two. It almost looks like they're part of these two regions. I feel like they are. So let's just change up how we have these. We'll leave some fighters here just in case I'm wrong. Bring like another 100 there, and then maybe get 300 of these into this one. And then same thing with the bombers that we have here. Just move these into these two regions here. So this guy can go over here. And then you can also bring the tactical bombers over as well. So maybe have, we don't want to get them too overstaffed here. Move those ones over there. Maybe with these guys. And then the ones that we have over here will bomb this area. That might help us. Probably should leave one of these here, just in case, again, because I'm not entirely sure what air region those two islands are part of. Did sink another destroyer there. So we won't be able to move any planes out of here. Let me see if there's anything we can do up here, though. We're still in this one air region. Okay, so you got to keep the planes there. But we have some back in Moscow training up. A few air wings. So we can take those and bring them over here. But yeah, just struggling to gain control of this region here. because they just have far too many planes. And so I think that's one of the reasons why we're having more difficult than we would, because we don't control the skies. Alright, so we're going to wait until those 1 troops get over here, and then we'll just focus on this front here, where we know that we can advance. So it's going to attack right there, and then right here. This is across a river, so we'll avoid that. Maybe attack here instead. And this is wide open, so let's go and attack right there. We'll also attack there to make sure that guy can't assist them. Attack here too. Alright, looking pretty good. Might be able to get a win here. We're not going to be able to avoid fighting in the mountains though if we want to wipe those units out. Alright, so yeah, we'll just advance down south. I'll take advantage of any opportunities here that might present themselves. And let me just take a look at the situation here. I'm really surprised that they lost this attack here. I could not even seem to do the attack. Having such difficulty attacking that island. Jesus. There we go. Seems like attacking right there works. Yeah, we can't win there. We did get the advanced heavy battery. Alright, excellent. So that's for the battleships. We are close enough to 1944 that we could start working on those. But we're waiting to get this research bonus for the battleships. So might as well wait. And there might be other things that we could get with this tech slot that we need for our ships. So you could get stuff for the destroyers and the cruisers. You could get the advanced medium dual purpose batteries. That'd be nice to have. But you got to get the medium caliber semi-armor piercing shells first. I guess that's what we'll do, because those would be nice to have for the battleships. So let's get this one. And again, using that battle line shipbuilders, which is level 7 at the moment. Same thing as the raiding fleet. So I've been doing a pretty good job leveling up the design companies for our ships. Let's get rid of that there. Not sinking as many of the Italian ships as I would like to see. Let's go ahead and win here, and let's see how we want to do this. We'll attack over here as well, and then maybe lock that guy down, even if you can't win there. Should have this province taken soon, then we'll be able to wipe that unit out. We do have those new troops over here. Right, excellent. So once they've filled in the front, then we'll move the blue army down here, and that should allow us to advance a little bit better. And we'll change up all their... We'll just wait. Yeah, I'll wait till we get those moved, and we'll change up their offensive lines and all that kind of stuff so they can get planning bonuses. It's not really a rush here. Alright, let's go ahead and attack over this way, and this guy can't seem to attack here. Here we go. And have this guy help out here. Got that unit wiped out. So these guys were actually both cut off. We were just working on cutting off the one. Let's work on getting this unit destroyed now. And these guys can't assist there, but they can go ahead and attack down this way while we wait for these units to get here, and they'll have to get their organization back up as well. So we'll have the blue army do a little bit of work, but we can start moving them down here as well. And I guess we'll go ahead and design these offensive lines as well. We're attacking down Italy. I hope we're able to get this done in today's episode, but yeah, it's taking a little bit longer. Just a little bit stymied there. And I think we should just work on a planning bonus here. Maybe let them leave as well, because it seems like there's not as many troops as there once was. But yeah, supply is definitely an issue. I'm like shocked that these guys are losing here. It looks better now. Sunk one of their submarines. Excellent. So getting those Italian ships destroyed, which is all helping us get the war score. At least we're advancing somewhere. This is working out well, despite the winter conditions and the terrain. Alright, let's go and attack over here as well. That should be a victory going across a river, so not bad. And let's have these guys stay here. Have the tanks attack there. And we'll attack that tank, who looks pretty weak. Yeah, that'll definitely be a win. I'd like to get through here and then cut those guys off. You got to win in this location first. It seems you got these troops that are actually leaving right now. Do we have enough troops here that one could like attack over here just to lock that guy down? You'd have to send an additional unit, or else they're not going to be effective. Alright, so I'm thinking we just finished constructing those carriers, or one of them anyways. No, 29th of December is when we get the carrier done. It was the attack cruiser that we finished up, that old one. We can always use more cruisers. So let's get another attack cruiser line. So it'll be our third one here. Or fourth one? Fourth one. Okay, so we got lots of cruisers building. But we also didn't build cruisers for quite some time. Do we only want to build one more of each of these? Is there anything incoming here? The anti-air. So yeah, we'll build one more of each of those cruiser lines. Yeah, I don't know if they can get it done, guys. It's only 3 units, but I think it's the problem is trying to get across here. We control the skies, all these zones, so that's not it. And then yeah, I don't know if these guys would be able to win. Yeah, you're just gonna have to sit there and try and get a planning bonus. Supply is an issue here as well, though, so we might want to pull those tanks out, because that would improve the situation. Frankly, they don't do that well going across here anyways. What I want to do is get these guys out of here, though. Yeah, they just can't get the win there, though. Again, very, very surprising that we're having some problems. We're going to stop that attack there because it's clearly not working anymore. And can we get over to this province before they do? Maybe if we do an attack here, lock that unit down. Might actually be able to win there as well. What we need to do is close this off. I suppose maybe you can get here, perhaps? Looks pretty weak at that location. You're attacking across a river, though, so that causes issues. Yeah, that's not going to work. Let's make sure that they have planning bonuses, because I'm seeing it looks like they might have achieved their objectives here. So yeah, we'll make sure they have a bonus. Same thing with these guys here. And then the Blue Army can now be moved out of here, I think, over to this front so we can start advancing down there. In fact, I want the entire Blue Army coming down here. We'll get rid of this one. Yeah, we look like we're in a pretty solid position at this moment. So it's going to attack there. I'm actually going to use the Blue Army troops that are here to attack right there. We'll attack these guys, just kind of lock them down temporarily. And then let's also attack in this location. Just trying to get this done now. We'll attack here. Avoid attacking across the river there. Yeah, as you get more Blue Army troops down here, we'll be able to start advancing a little bit more effectively. But it does look like we should be able to win these battles here. And maybe over here we do have control of Milan now. Excellent. And I guess you do want to leave some troops there. But maybe not the tanks. Yeah, the tanks aren't going to do very well there. Instead, you probably want to put some Blue Army troops over here. So maybe both of these guys. Make sure they got a planning bonus as well. Something like that. Yeah, it looks good. Alright, so winning in both those locations and locking those units down there. Winning throughout here as well. And I really want to see if we can't win here. Yeah, you can't attack across there. Okay. Can't attack there either. Unit's just too weak. So a little bit limited on what we can do up over here. We are actually winning there now. Okay, excellent. So it's going to take any units that have the organization and send them on the attack as well, just to get that done. And then what I think we might want to do is just take the tanks out of here. They don't do well on these type of attacks, and they're exhausting the supply. So let's move this army to the east now. Maybe put them over here for advancing really quickly into Japanese territory. You can also move them here, but remember, we're going to have plenty of tanks. We'll have all these other tank armies for doing these advances. So yeah, let's put them over here for right now. It does seem that we are having supply issues at this location, so I'm glad I took a look over here, because yeah, we need to fix that. I thought I had built a supply hub here, but apparently not. So let's work on that. We're almost out of stuff to work on anyways, so it makes sense to do this. And we will go like so. Put that up to the top as well. You know what? Let's be smart about this, guys. Let's actually get a port here. We can still build the rels, that's fine. You don't need the rels, but yeah, we should do a port. That's the best way to get the supply hub since it's on the coast here. Makes a lot of sense if we do that. Alright, so that'll fix the supply issues there. And then the tanks here, let's just get them going to a coastal port province. Right here. And then we'll bring them over here. So those will be the first tanks that we're bringing into the east. I just keep on clicking on the damn button, forgetting what it is. But yeah, I don't know if we'll get the Italians defeated in this one, just because it's been problematic in this area. Not surprising, but still. Oh, that's not going to work. Stop that. Just trying to lock those troops down while these tanks grab these two provinces here. And we'll go across the river where this guy looks really weak. And we might be able to get Florence. Let's see. We'll attack in Konya. Bring these tanks down here. And then maybe avoid that mountain province. Yeah, we'll avoid that one. These are all mountains here, so we're going to try and avoid attacking in those. I think would be best. Alright, so let's go ahead and push forward into this location just to lock those units down so they can't get back over to this province we worked so hard to take. Let's go and attack right there, because we've got all these units currently grabbing this location for us. These guys are a little bit too weak to assist in that. We have increased planning speed here. I don't know how that's going to end up helping them here, though. Alright, so let's do this attack. And Victor Emmanuel III has been deposed. Well, that's interesting. The Grand Council of Fascism has seized power. Put him under house arrest. Wow. I guess that's because of them being, they're getting defeated. I assume that's what the issue is here. Alright, so now these divisions will come over here, and we'll have 24. Might still cause supply issues, might have to move some of them out. But yeah, we'll see how that ends up going without the tanks. If it's just infantry attacking across. They are moving divisions out of here. Every time I look at it, there's a few less than there was previously. So eventually we'll be able to get the win there. Let's go ahead and take this airbase and the port. We'll also advance up along here. Yeah, they don't have the troops down here to stop us. Instead, they're defending Germany, of all places. Tons of troops up here in this area. And the Kingdom of Italy just declared war on Italy. Okay, that's not good. So they're now having a civil war. So that's quite unfortunate. This is like a non-aligned... Oh, wait a minute. So this is like a subject. Okay, so that's kind of a weird situation. I didn't actually want them to do that. I don't know if that'll result in them getting some of the territory here. I'm not sure what's going to happen now. Okay, very weird situation now. Okay, I didn't really want it to go down that way. I wish I could have had a choice in that matter. And I wonder if this also spawns more troops for them. That's what it seems like. Yeah, it seems like it's just going to spawn more troops from now. Yep. Because it's like a civil war. I mean, it is a civil war. So that's a bummer. Okay. Yeah, I don't like the way that went down. We really should have had a say in that matter, I feel. But whatever. It is what it is. I suppose you should put troops over here so you can advance that way. I don't know. This whole thing's kind of a mess now. So we find ourselves in control of Italian territory, fighting alongside an Italian ally. We could free up more of our forces and direct them elsewhere by handing over these territories. No. I want to keep it. I didn't want you guys on my side in the first damn place. Because, yeah, we want this. And I would assume that they would get control of it. So it's a colonial state. That's a core state, though, and we need that one. I'm not sure what would happen there. I assume we'd give them at least that one, in which case we wouldn't be able to take that one decision. So, yeah, let's not hand that territory over. I hope we can get the 150 political power now in time to change up our mobilization. I suppose we should make use of this blue army over here. It's just sitting around. I ain't sure where they're all at. There they are. Okay, so let's go ahead and take them and have them do an invasion down here in the south. So probably into that port right there. Now, we don't have ships in this region. So if we want to move ships into the region, then we'll need to give them some assistance. I'm actually fine doing that. Though, what's interesting is that we barely have any destroyers here. Did they all get sunk? And if they did I just miss the notification for that? That's what it seems like. These guys got heavily damaged in some type of battle, and we lost a bunch of ships, and I just missed the notification, or I clicked on it and just didn't see that that happened. I hope we at least did some damage to them. Let me just take a look how many ships they got remaining. 87, so we certainly have sunk quite a few of them, although some of those might have actually just gone over to the other side, because yeah, they have 60 ships. Okay. So I'm not entirely sure what happened there, but clearly we lost a lot of ships here. Okay, so that's a bit of a problem. We did get this carrier done, so that's our first carrier. All right, excellent, so we'll go ahead and put them into there. And then we'll want to probably take these heavy cruisers out. And for right now, we're just going to put them over here. You know, we clearly had a bunch of ships sunk because we lost all of the other task force we had here as well. Jeez, I'm not entirely sure what happened there, guys. I don't know how we missed such a big battle. There's so many ships engaged and lost so many ships. Clearly, that must have been a defeat. It's a shame we missed it. But yeah, it's clear that there was a defeat here. So we can move these guys over to here. Yeah, this is not a pretty situation. We even lost a few submarines, I think. Yeah, that's the way it appears. What we could also do is bring one of these over here. Since clearly we do not have enough to get the job done. Let's put them on to, oops, that's the wrong one. These guys should be on the convoy raiding. Try to select them and put them onto the, we won't do the convoy escort, we're just the patrol. Yeah, I wanted to move these into these other zones here, but now I'm not so sure how well this is going to go. We'll go ahead and make sure we're moving our bombers along the way. They can't even get into the Black Sea now, so you don't really need any over here. I assume they don't have any ships in the area. So we can go ahead and move all of these out. Probably want to move these fighters. Okay, so now we also have some weird staffing issues here. Having too many planes. Okay, so what we want to do is just move these into the sea regions. Or we'll do this one here. And these guys over here. And then also move the naval bombers that we have here. So we want probably at least 200 there. And I suppose we can also move some of the naval bombers from here. Like so. Alright, so I got all the ones in the Black Sea out. We'll leave the rest of these over here for now. I suppose you could move like some of these fighters. Can we cover... Yeah, we'll just go here. See, I'm not entirely sure what happened in that sea battle. I just missed it. Strange, because you know I've been clicking on them all. The only thing I could assume, either one I clicked on it and just didn't pay attention and then, you know, dismissed it, or dismissed something on accident without actually looking at the battle. That's a possibility too. Or it just expired, although generally it takes a long time for them to expire, so I'm not sure that that happened. So all the territory that we're taking is now going over to them. I would have annexed all this territory here anyways, but yeah, kind of a weird situation now. So since you're already in their territory, might as well extend that front. And should probably help out here too. So let's take the tanks that are over here and bring them onto this front. Get this advanced. Let's see if there's any other tanks in the region. Might want to send over there. And then the Blue Army troops, like a lot of these we want to make sure go over to this area here. Some of these should come over here. Now we don't have a blue front on this southern one, so let's go ahead and fix that. And then make sure we send a few of these divisions over there. These guys can come over here since there is mountains over there. Okay, so let's go and attack here and lock those guys down. Looks like that would actually be a victory there. Let's go and attack right there as well. Make sure we win that. Eventually we'll attack over here. It's kind of just a mess now. Let's get these guys here wiped out. Get across the river, hopefully without any resistance. And Japan wants a non-aggression pact now. Well, that we're going to decline. Who's all in the Japanese faction, so I know to decline any of their offers. For whatever reason, they're now willing to... I'm not entirely sure why they would want a non-aggression pact, since we're not at war with any of the same countries. So that's kind of strange. Okay, so nobody really surprised in there. I mean, other than Denmark, which we already know about. But Peru is, in fact, in a different alliance, the Hispanic Alliance. I have no beef with them. Sure. We'll take those non-aggression pacts. We're going to decline these ones, though. So I'm not entirely sure why the Japanese faction is sending non-aggression pact offers. It's kind of strange. I don't know what reason they'd have for that, considering that we're not sharing a war at the moment. So now we need to wait for all these units to get down to the front. Clearly we're not going to be able to finish this war up in today's episode, even with the Civil War happening. We'll see. I mean, I guess we'll see. I wouldn't have time for the peace treaty, though, so that's something to consider as well. We'll accept India's non-aggression pact offer. Alright, so these guys here are now cut off. Let's see if we can't get them wiped out. It's a bicycle unit. And it seems we're going to be able to take Rome as well. I mean, this is really what matters, is taking this territory here. But all this is getting us war score as well, where we're now... Oh, wait a minute. So Japan is in this conflict. Wait a minute. Oh, that's why they don't want the non-aggression pact with us, because we were just pulled into the conflict with the Americans, probably because of the Civil War. Really, are you serious? Now I'm a little irritated, guys, because that doesn't make any sense. How did we end up at war with them? They're in the covenants of the Mediterranean still. How did we go to war with the Americans? Like, what happened? We had a non-aggression pact with them. Okay, this is a little ridiculous, but that means we're now at war with Spain. Maybe that's how we lost our ships. I don't know. I think it probably was against the Italians, because I don't even think the Americans are over here. So now it all makes sense. That's the reason why the Japanese faction is interested in being a non-aggression pact with us, because we're now at war with the American faction, which I didn't actually want to do a war with the Americans, guys, because I don't think it makes much sense. Like, we have reasons to fight everybody else who we're fighting. You know, the Central Powers, you know, we had our reasons for that, trying to get revenge for World War I. Japan, you know, we talked about there, the issue with them, the revenge for the Russo-Japanese conflict where Russia lost. And also just kind of get territory that we had lost in some of those wars. And then the war with Italy and Turkey. You know, Turkey's a long-time rival of the Russian Tsars, and they always wanted control of Constantinople, or as it is now, Istanbul. Yeah, they always wanted control of that. And it also just kind of fits with our control of the Balkans, kind of merges our territories here, gives us free access. Then the Italians, they made that one demand of us where we had to give them that territory. So I think that's a good reason for conflict with them, because they threatened us, threatened war when we weren't really prepared to fight them. And so just kind of getting revenge against everybody, against all of our longtime rivals or just countries that did things to us. But the Americans are a country that the Russians have never had issues with. In fact, they've had a fairly good relationship up to this point in history with the Americans. Like, I don't know why we'd fight them. Like, some people said, oh, well, what about Alaska? Well, we sold that to them. We were not interested in keeping Alaska. It wasn't even, we weren't threatened into giving it to them or anything like that. We didn't lose it in a conflict. We just didn't want it. And so the Russians sold it to them. And so I don't really think we need to get Alaska. I have no reason to want to fight the Americans. And it would extend the series much longer than I want it to be, guys. Because we still got to fight the Japanese, and the views have certainly dropped as we've gotten further into the series. And so, yeah, I don't want to fight the Americans at all. I'm not interested in doing it. I wanted to finish up with this war and then go over to the Japanese, and that was going to be our end conflict. And the worst part is I don't understand why we're at war with the Americans. Like, we never got a notification about it unless I click through it, because sometimes I get kind of crazy with the clicking, so it's not possible. Okay, that's what happened. The Italians were already at war with the American Union. And so when we were given this subject, which I had no say in, I didn't ask for that, that brought us into the war with the American Union. Again, I didn't even want this subject. That's so frustrating. Like, I didn't get a notification about that. I wasn't told, hey, an event pop up, hey, do you want to create an Italian subject? No, I don't want to. Let me do the peace treaty. And created all these issues. Spawned a bunch of troops we had to fight that weren't here before. Yeah, there was probably not very many units at all down here in southern Italy. So now you got to fight all these extra units. Whatever. That doesn't bother me. Does create all these issues at the front. Whatever. Not that big of a problem, I guess. It also kind of helps us in some ways. It kind of would have sped it up a little bit because you get some territory we didn't have yet. But yeah, overall, I would have preferred it didn't happen. But now you're going to drag me into another war because of that? Yeah, I'm pretty irritated about it. So you know what, guys? That doesn't make any sense. We didn't get asked if we wanted to do this. We might have created an Italian subject, but we would have done that ourselves. So what I think we might end up doing, at the very least, we're going to make peace with the Americans through the consul. Like a white peace with the American faction. I'm not interested in fighting them, guys, and there's no reason for it. Again, we just got pulled into this because of the subject. We had a non-aggression pact with them. It makes no sense that we're now having to fight them for a subject I didn't want. And the other thing we could do is annex this subject as well. Maybe we'll recreate the subject, but we would do that in the peace treaty, the way we want to do it. So I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts on this. When it comes to the white peace with the Americans, that's definitely happening because I'm not fighting them over this weird situation. I don't really understand why it happened in the first place. Yeah, we're not fighting the Americans. That would just extend the series far too much. I know that some people would like the series to be extended as much as possible, but I got to consider it from a business standpoint and the fact that it's not the most popular series. It hasn't been from the start, and so I don't want to do 30-something, 40 episodes of it, which is what it would probably take to do the Japanese and then the Americans. Americans aren't difficult. I generally don't find it difficult to invade and conquer America. It's just it is time consuming. There's a lot of territory you got to take. There's some rough territory, especially if you invade from the west. We can invade from either side, honestly. Here though, you got to get you got to do the island hopping as well. Make sure you got control of the seas and all that good stuff. You got to defeat the American fleet, which is not that sizable now. The Japanese fleet is like twice the size at this point. So it's not going to be too much of an issue defeating their fleet, I think. Yeah, it just all takes time. And I just don't want to do it. It would just be too long of a series. And so we're only going to be fighting the Japanese. So I'm definitely doing the white peace with the Americans. But what do you guys think about with the Italians? Should I just annex them and then, maybe we can create them again in the peace treaty? Or should we leave this as is? Just fight it like this? It'd actually be harder if we annex them, because then you lose all these troops that they have here. But again, of course, you do get territory that we hadn't initially taken yet, so you get control of that. I mean, we would have gotten control of all this by now. Yeah, you do get this extra state here, but honestly, it doesn't really matter that much, I think. But if you guys prefer I didn't annex them, I suppose we could not. But Yeah, that's just kind of weird. You should really have a choice there. It should ask you, do you want to create this subject, or do you want to not even create them? It's a civil war, right? I get it. Okay, so civil war is happening. We wouldn't have any say in that. But I should have a say in whether or not they join our faction. That should be up to me. And I wasn't even given a choice. Because they're just given to us as a puppet. And so, not happy about the way that went down. I just wonder if the defeat of our fleet had anything to do with this situation. Maybe it was just the Italians. I don't know, it's kind of weird because we lost our fleet right around when this happened. And I also happened to miss the notification. We got another carrier done, by the way. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what happened there. But yeah, we clearly lost a ton of ships. Because we lost almost all the destroyers that were in this one. And then we lost 2, maybe 3 task force worth of patrol and then the convoy escorts. So maybe a total of between 10 to 15 destroyers on those task force, plus however many we lost on this one, which is quite a few as well. So yeah, you think if you lose like 20-something ships, you would not miss the notification, but maybe I did. Maybe you guys saw it. Let me know in the comments. Just definitely a lot of weird stuff happening in today's episode. It's unfortunate, but we will have to end it here. I was going to play a bit longer. I was trying to get the Italians defeated, and I didn't know if we were going to have the time for the peace treaty. It might have ended right before the peace treaty, done the peace treaty, and then we would have started with the preparations to the war with Japan for the next episode. But yeah, clearly we should end it here because I gotta use the console to stop this war and maybe annex Italy. So yeah, kind of unfortunate situation, but HOI4, sometimes you have some weird things happen like that don't obviously don't make any sense and go against what your intentions were. This is certainly one of the weirder ones that I've seen. Because, yeah, that really should give you the choice on whether or not you want to accept them as a subject. Maybe just fight both of them. We fight 2 different Italys. I don't care. Even with all the extra troops, I would have been fine doing that. I suppose that's one thing you do is, like, use the console to release them. But, yeah, then you got to declare war on them. They'll probably join another faction. I don't really know how that would go down. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you did, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. Do hope to see you on the next one. And thanks for watching.